truly, Wellbutrin is, oh, I will sing Wellbutrin's praises forever. Hello, sweet souls. I am so glad that you're here with me today. Let's get into this little chatty get ready with me. I wanted to do a little bit of an energy reset together. I have some fun products to play with today, and also I'm a little slightly hopped up on Sudafed because if you've ever taken pseudoephedrine, you know that it makes you feel a little weird. So apparently I have fluid behind my ears and it is driving me insane. And I went to the doctor and I thought it was earwax, and they told me that it was fluid and that I should try to take pseudoephedrine for days in a row to try and get rid of the fluid. And this is day, I think, like 4 of taking Sudafed, and that's just a lot of Sudafed. And it's an interesting experience, I tell you what. But, you know, it's okay. Now I gotta take my wellies. This is my Wellbutrin, and we in the family call them wellies. Me and my siblings started the Wellbutrin trend in the fam, and we all have ADHD, and truly Wellbutrin is, oh, I will sing Wellbutrin's praises forever because, oh man, it's like a miracle drug with ADHD. I have an attentive ADHD, so if you have ADHD or you know anything about ADHD, it used to be split into 2 camps, the ADHD and the ADD, and now the attention deficit disorder, or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. So it used to be split into the 2 camps, and then they changed it in the DSM, which is the book of diagnoses, if you don't know. They changed it so it's all under ADHD, but then there's the subtypes. So there's the hyperactive subtype, and then there's the inattentive subtype, and then there's the kind of mixed subtype. Both of my siblings have kind of a mix of the hyperactive and inattentive, and for me it's purely inattentive. So I didn't get any of the hyperactivity of ADHD, so that it took me a long time to get diagnosed. I was either 18 or 19 or early 20s when I got diagnosed with ADHD. And I tried Adderall. I just hated the way Adderall made me feel. Yeah, sure, it helped focus, but it kind of made me focus on the wrong things. And I just didn't love it. So then I went unmedicated for years and just really raw dogged life. And that also wasn't the best because along with the attention side of ADHD, there's also the mood regulation side of ADHD, which is really difficult. It's really hard to regulate and come back down to your baseline and yourself. And you can use all the tools, but it does just kind of feel like you're like white knuckling it. And I'm already a very emotional person. I'm a Cancer. I've always been very tapped into to my emotions. And so I'm already very emotional, but it used to take me a long time to come back down to myself when I was emotional. And my brother was on Wellbutrin already and talked about how much it changed his life. So I decided to take the leap right before my wedding because I had been so anxious about wedding planning, and I was just, engagement is an emotional time because it's so wonderful and amazing, and it's such a big life change, and there's just so much going on, and you're planning a wedding. So I decided to go on it. I gave myself some months, so probably like 6 months before my wedding, and it was like a couple weeks of a difficult adjustment, and then, oh my God, smooth sailing ever since. I've been on it for, it's almost my 2-year anniversary, so almost 2.5 years, and it's, wow, it's beautiful. So if you have any questions about Wellbutrin, or if you are on Wellbutrin and you have experience, I know not everyone has a good experience with it, but everyone that I know has an amazing experience with Wellbutrin. So I'm an open book about taking those meds, and there's a lot of taboo around it. People think it's negative to take them long term, or especially because kind of in spiritual communities or new age communities, which I used to be Mormon. Okay, we're getting into, this is really chatty, Gary. I used to be Mormon. I grew up Mormon, and then I left the church and went on kind of this spiritual journey, and I think I over-identified with some of the new age spiritual things, and now I feel like I do have a balance. I would say that I'm open-minded, but I go in with kind of a skeptical mind, but I am open-minded when it comes to spirituality. But I've noticed in spiritual circles, people seem to be a majority of the time, or not majority, but I've noticed people are kind of against psychotropic medications, or they don't think it's the natural way, or they think it's about energy, which, yeah, I mean, I think they don't have to contradict each other. Like, I think it's important to take care of your energy, and it's also important to know that you don't have to white knuckle through life if you're struggling. Like, there are so many medications out there. If not Wellbutrin, obviously there's so many other medications that are life-changing for people. And I would say take the leap, because I know so many people who it's just been life-changing for. So that's my little chattiness, but I would love to hear in the comments if you guys have taken psychotropic medications and your experience with them, if you're nervous, what your concerns are. Like, I'm such an open book with this stuff that I would love to get a conversation going, because I think it's important in today's world to know that you have options. So anyways, my birthday's coming up next month, but my husband's birthday is first. So it's such an interesting time. My husband's birthday is June 30th. Our wedding anniversary is July 8th. My birthday is July 12th. So this span of like the couple months, those few weeks especially, are really packed with a lot of fun, exciting things. And we actually met on July 4th weekend in 2019 in Las Vegas, which I'll do a whole other video about the way we met, because it's kind of a funny story, but not everything that happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, I will say. So my husband, from my birthday, I may have sent him a link that it was on sale, but he did purchase the Makeup by Mario Moonlight palette, and I'm honestly stoked about it. And he gave it to me early because I gave him a puppy dog face, and I said, please. We're gonna play with it today. There's a lot of different, obviously, looks you can do, but I saw a TikTok where I've been dabbling back into kind of reapproaching social media a little bit. So I swear my app's app is sick of me, because they're like, can you stop downloading and deleting TikTok and Instagram, please? We're sick of you. But some days I'm just like, I don't want it on my phone. I don't need it. And then some days I'm like, let's see what people are up to. And I feel like I'm trying to have a healthier relationship, ease back into it, and get out of that comparison trap. So we're seeing, but I did look up some TikTok tutorials on the Moonlight palette, and people were saying that it's like the 4 are the ones that are the most complimentary. And then there's this that I feel like is kind of that everyday look for me. So I am going to do kind of an everyday look where I'm going to take this middle color as kind of a transition shade. I will say it has a little bit more fallout than I expected. Also, I did my brows off camera because I was waiting for my AC to kick off to start this video. My AC is so freaking loud. And I won't miss that when we move, because it truly sounds like a tornado is going through the house. I won't even lie. I have some fun new things I'm excited to play around with. I'm going to take a smaller blending brush and take the dark brown shade and kind of just go like that. Okay, also, I'm trying not to be hyper fixating on my voice right now, because I listened to a podcast. It was with this communication expert. He used to be a magician, actually, and now he's a communication expert who basically specializes in helping people become the most confident speaker they can be. And he talks about the way you use your instrument, which is your voice, and he talks about speaking with confidence and the problems that people typically have when they're trying to speak with confidence. And it drew me in because the title of the podcast said something like, oh, hey, buddy. How's it going?
It's hotter than Satan's coochie outside.
It really is. Oh my God, yeah, you're sweating.
Yeah, it's hot as fuck.
Love you. Okay, now I'm taking this flat brush in the lighter color. Kind of packing that on the lid. The title of the podcast was about getting interrupted, and I do have a very gentle voice. Okay, I did just go take a little bit of a break because I needed to eat breakfast and watch Big Bang Theory. It is so rare that I can get my husband to commit to watching a show with me. He just doesn't have the focus. He just likes to watch Twitch. So when I started rewatching Big Bang Theory, which I've seen a lot of times, and he was sitting next to me and he was laughing so hard at Big Bang Theory, and I didn't want to call too much attention to it and spook the bear. So I was just like, I'll let this happen. And now doesn't want me to watch it without him. So now we're watching Big Bang Theory together. So every time he wants to watch, I will oblige. I also was laying down and I kind of maybe fudged the sparkles. I believe I was talking about speaking confidently. And I think in a lot of group settings, I have a very soft voice. I have a very gentle demeanor, I would say. And I think I do tend to get talked over because of that. Also, let's move on. I'm going to do some Lumi Glotion because we're moving to the base. And I think I tend to get talked over a little bit. And I was curious to see what this person was saying. And of course, you have to take everything with a grain of salt and apply everything that you hear from podcasts or YouTube or books or from other people. You have to take what resonates with you and leave the rest. But it has really got me thinking about speaking confidently and how I can use the instrument of my voice more effectively. And I'm thinking a lot more about enunciating and my volume. I struggle with the volume of my voice, even though I was in plays growing up and I loved plays and acting. So I think maybe it's just because as myself, I'm just a little more soft-spoken. When I was playing a character, I don't know, it was a little easier to project when I'm being somebody else, but when I'm being me, that's just kind of my personality. So, but I'm trying to figure out how to adjust to be a more confident speaker while also remaining true to myself. That's a little difficult. But one of the tips that I do feel like was helpful, oh no, that's gonna fall. This is the Say foundation that I just cannot be stopped. This baby cannot be torn away from me because this is my literally everything. I have so many foundations. All those other poor babies that I own are not getting any use because I can't put this down. I just can't. If I try, I'm like, but this is the one I want to put on my face. This is the one I want to have on. So I just don't want to wear the other ones right now. I just think this is so perfect. Hold on, I need to call my husband. I can hear him.
Hey, am I too loud? I'm sorry.
It's okay. I was gonna say I can hear you pretty loudly, but
I'm so sorry. Okay.
it's okay. Maybe just don't say anything too inappropriate or something for the next 10 minutes.
Okay. I'm so sorry. All right, bye.
It's okay, I love you, bye. Okay, if you hear my husband, by the way, he's 2 floors up. That man doesn't struggle. He doesn't struggle with his volume or his confident speaking. He is born to be an entertainer. But if you hear yelling, that's him, and I warned you, and I'm sorry. But I made him promise not to say anything inappropriate. Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer, per usual. I just love how alive this makes your skin look. It's something that the communication expert was saying in the podcast was to record yourself speaking and then listen back to it. And I will say, even just having made as many YouTube videos as I've made, I do feel like hearing the way I communicate back is definitely helpful. There's a lot of things that I didn't realize. I recognize that I say a lot and and use those filler words, and that's definitely a goal of mine. I've made it now a goal of mine in 2025 just to become a more confident speaker and do it in my own way. So just become the most confident version of me without having to feel like I need to change my voice, because I do feel like my voice just fits my demeanor and my personality, but I do feel like I can utilize it better. I also went to visit my mom in Idaho and she gave me these 2 Tarte palettes. And I'm still just loving playing with my Mario palette, so I'll dip into these soon. I don't even think they sell the In Bloom one anymore. They're both very good, like, neutral palettes. And when I was visiting my mom, we got into color theory. She's been really diving deep on color theory, and there's this account on YouTube called Color Class, and they have a lot of videos, and she did an analysis with them. Let's use this Say Lady blush. She did an analysis with them, and we were trying to figure out what she is. It was hard. We were like, are you an autumn? Are you... We didn't know if I was an autumn. But just because she has more tan skin than me, so I kind of perceived that as her being warmer. But she's actually a soft winter. And they gave her a specific palette, and it's so beautiful, and she really wants me and my sister to do it, so she's gifting us analyses for our birthdays. Now I'm gonna set a little bit. I thought it was a soft autumn, but I don't know. I only think that because right now my hair is very warm, but I'm getting my hair done on Friday. I'm definitely gonna go cooler with it again because I hate my hair color right now. Because I dyed it red forever ago, and then I can't even remember if I honestly don't remember if I dyed it in between then and tried to go back brown. I did do like a box dye, but red is so hard to get out and so hard to cover. I swear the red just always comes back through. And I know my hair doesn't look like red, but I do feel like it has that warm red tint to it, and I'm over it. I want to have like a deeper, cooler hair color again. So I didn't even put on concealer before I set my face, but I already set it. So honestly, I guess we're nixing concealer today. That's fine, My powder products have been really exciting me. My Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and Glow and my Say blush. I've just been absolutely loving the way that they are on my skin. This Bronze and Glow to set the Makeup by Mario. And then my Say blush. This one's in the shade Mia. This is definitely a really good, like, everyday shade for me. Perfecto. Okay, now finishing touches. I'm so excited about these because I love and have talked about the Rhode Peptide lip shapes, but those are made in Korea and really inspired by the Korean like blended blurred lip effect. And these lip liners by Lily by Red on Amazon, they're K-Beauty lip liners, and they have the same like thick tip as the, I don't think you can see, but they're like a thick liner as the Rhode, but they're like $9 or $11. And honestly, I think they stay better. And really just any gloss over it. This is the Ulla Henriksen Legendary Jam. Thrive Liquid Lash Extensions. And that is the look. Thank you guys, as always, for spending this time with me. You don't even know how grateful I am if you're here. Please like and subscribe if you had fun and you want to hang out again. And again, in the comments, I really need to know what your guys' favorite products are right now, your holy grails, recent faves, just what you're loving. And I also would love to hear if you have any experience with psychotropic medications, anxiety, depression, or if you have questions for somebody that is taking those medications. I would love to hear just your thoughts on the whole conversation surrounding psychotropic medications in the comments. So leave that and let's chat about it, and have a very beautiful day. Bye.